So even though it's quite close, especially with the rake here and everything, but whoa, good. This guy probably has got something nice, but good for him. We're just folding. And this monotone board, we actually can bet one big blind and quite often, because the defense is pretty hard. If you bet this, like, he has a lot of hands that like has almost no connection with this board. Now we are mostly checking. I think this hand doesn't perform that good as a bet. Like, we have a 10, but you know, like, when we bet, it most likely get folds from worse and get called from better, and that's exactly the thing where we don't want to bet, but we can still check call. We have the 10 of clubs, we can hit king, we can hit a club, so definitely not folding here. And on the river, we just give up. Like, we are maybe potentially losing to some of his bluffs, probably no, but you know, just like so hard to find too many bluffs. You can bet range here, I think it's fine also, like theory-wise shouldn't be too bad. So, and no, we are not jamming here as a bluff. I would prefer to have maybe the king of clubs, because the offsuit king are not really bluffing us on the river. And we just check with tens. I mean, again, same principle. Like, if you bet, you get folds from 9s, 8s, 7x, 6s, and get called from jack, king, you know. So if this is the case, you just check back, and on the river, no need to bet. Why are you playing with a head? Do you feel more confident? Well, I mean, I don't know. It's like a BrPC hat. I like it. Don't have like anything like specific reasons. Like, when I'm grinding, I'm not having the hat. But if I'm streaming on the BrPC Twitch, I don't mind like just putting it. And yeah, like, feel quite confident right now. But it could be because I'm playing sticks that are 20 times lower than I'm used to, you know. King queen, we just check back here. He's checking ranges from ace king, ace queen, some overpairs. I mean, I don't see too much merits to bet. Like, you typically, his check folds are king jack, queen 10, king 10 type of hands that you just like we just dominate. And here we have an easy fold. Now it's good. Great. Nice to hear that. So I need to fix that the replayer. It will work. And I'm just gonna switch the tables because I'm just having it on the opposite sides. So we just have to call. Like, we have the queen of hearts, can't really fold. And if he checks, we are gonna bluff the river. Like, we are not calling the turn with many weaker hands than this. So if any, like, after he 3-bet pre-flop, we don't have like queen jack off here, just that size. And sizing that makes sense here. Like, we check back on the flop with some 2 hearts, flush draws. Just exploit that versus the recreational. So I think we are just representing a flush. After he bet 60 on return, right? Like, don't think it makes sense for us to reopen with pocket 5s. Or pocket 7s here. And now on the river, we just check. Like, I don't think we're just going to make him fold. Good hand. Potentially we can bet 10% for value, but since he's a recreational player, I think that he can like reopen here with a hand like queen jack, king queen, king 10, and we are just gonna check call the river and get more money from his bluff. So even bet 10%, I don't know. Don't have data like what happens there. Alright, maybe we can get like first stack in and potentially go up or move down the stake. So definitely gonna 4-bet his hand pocket queens, but not really confident, like, because like if he jams, right, like it's just like kings, aces, ace king, so it's not a great situation, but we just have to call, right? Like, we are getting good price, and he folded, which is the best outcome for us. So it's nice. Hello. go play. Let's buy in. Oh, it's NL25. We are starting with NL25 today for 2 tables because I just put $50 to Poker Stars here, or like to the challenge, and we'll try to move up first stake so that I can make on the stream fold, so that I can make on the stream $500. I don't mind free betting a little bit more, like with the high rake environment, because you get more folds pre-flop, which means that you are not paying the rake post-flop, and this is like a fold. Also today we're drinking agua de coco. I don't know if I pronounced that right, probably no. My Portuguese is very, very poor, but basically coconut water from here, from Brazil. Just quite curious how this one is gonna taste, but so far I have found them pretty good. Versus the small, but I'm not that happy to range bet, especially on this connected board. Like if he's calling something on a small blind, it's just like going to be quite connected around this region, so I think just checking back a little more is good, even though this hand would perform quite good as a bet. Like the 4 spade is nice, and this is, I'm gonna bet a little bigger with having the ace of no, I'm gonna bet like half pot here. Where's the small blind? And I think we can still call. I mean, like okay, maybe like we have only the 8 as an out, which is like 3 outs. We're just having like 6-7% equity, but the thing is that we are not only just getting money when we are in position, like when we call and hit the river, we are also like making money when we call and he checks the river and we bluff him. So, and that's actually like what exactly happened in the spot. This is something that we know from data, and I think it's quite intuitive. Like when fishes like go for this, like this is like the worst round that could come out, and he checking back the turn, but we're still gonna barrel here. I think it's quite good, this sizing. If he raises, we just insta fold, and it's quite close. I think we can call with the ace high and with the 7 of hearts versus a fish, probably like a recreational player, betting half pot on the flop, and with ace high just gonna check back and realize the equity with the 7 of hearts. No, it's not NL2, it's NL25. Where you live? When are you doing a stream in Portuguese? Arthur, come on. What's this? Probably a check back. The problem here with bluffing the ace, I don't know if you can see the replayer. No, I will just like edit. The problem with bluffing the ace is that most of his folding range is containing an ace. Let's just bluff. Let's just 4-bet as a bluff here. Ooh. Okay, I'll just focus on the 4-bet pot. So the 7, 5, and 4 doesn't look that great, but if he 3-bets small blind versus hijack, and call the 4-bet, he doesn't have too many 5s, 7s like at all. So we can just basically bet range. I think I prefer smaller sizing than that, than 25, than like 20%. I think it's a little bit better. Now with jams, like we have to fold. There's no way. But there's like a lot of plays that are really like suboptimal, which is nice to see, because definitely like a sign that you can very easily beat this pool even with the high rake environment. And I think this is just a fold even versus 2 big blinds. I mean, we should just call a lot if he goes for that sizing, but not that loose. Alright, and let me just add also the replayer here. No, it's the wrong one. I think this is the right one. Okay. Cool. So Arthur, to your question, I think like when you teach me Portuguese, I think like I would be able to do like a stream in Portuguese too. Sounds like a deal to me. Alright, just betting range versus the weaker player. It's quite sweet, by the way, the coconut water. Hope there is not like added sugar in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is. And where you live? I currently live or just staying in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. And okay, this is the bottom of the free betting range. You can fold it, it's okay. And now I'm gonna see bet, like, he's a weaker player, so his range is going to be like pretty loose. And we are not opening like too many hands. So if he has more, like he has like a lot of hands, you typically can like see bet the flop for a small sizing and be like very fine, because your overall equity from your range is higher than like his equity, because his range is containing like a lot of hands, so it means also like a lot of weaker hands. Again, like versus the small blind, I'm a little bit more concerned to bet range, especially with a hand like ace-5 of diamonds, which has almost like zero connectivity with the board. I don't mind to pull a check raise, but I would really like to check raise with ace-5, ace-4 to like have the gutshot equity with the deuce. Like if there is like a free on the turn, you can like, you know, bet way more often with ace-4, ace-5 to with the gutshot. Alright, but I think that we just so far are up, how many? $12. Alright, $12. So if I want to make 450, it needs to be more 400. No, yeah, it's more $438 more. Alright, let's just get some aces then to crack versus pocket kings. Here we can just simplify to range, but don't see a problem with that. It's way better board than like king 6-5 here, because the deuce and 3 are not really connected to his range. Like he doesn't have 3 suited, like he has deuces, 3s, but that's basically it. On the ace, you can play multiple strategies. I like to play the big bet or check with some like ace queen, ace jack, ace 10, and check some of those hands. You can just bet small, like very small, with hands like king queen, king jack, pocket queens, and get value from his weaker pairs. Like both strategies are quite viable. And on the river, we quite often have like a pretty good hand, so we can just go for this smaller sizing to get calls from some 5s, 6s, 7s, whatnot. And now we have to get it in. Okay, this is our first all-in, guys. It's for $13, something like that. So let's hope he doesn't have queens. Oh, 6s, alright. Let's win this flip, please. No 6, no 6. Nice. And here raising on the river. That's annoying. It's annoying. Well, having the 8 of hearts is good. We are not blocking any backdoor floats. We are... I think I'm gonna call here, but yeah, it's like facing the ace quite often though. It's pretty close. It's pretty close because I imagine he has some ace access here to begin with. Maybe having the 8 of diamonds is better to block ace 8 suited, but I would probably I don't know, like if you have like pocket queens here and block ace queen, well, ace queen is like always betting the turn, so maybe at those stakes you can fold, but I'm still not comfortable like with folding in a line where you bet small on the flop, you check turn, and you bet small on the river, because your range looks quite weak, his range looks quite loose, and he didn't raise for like a huge sizing, so and his bluffs are not gonna come from pocket 8s. I think it's just like some pocket 4s, pocket 5s, maybe something like that. Can imagine blocking the ace 4, ace 5. No, not really. But like 4s, 5s are unblocking our bluffs, so just betting range here. At least like at this table, it seemed like that we have almost dual stack, like one more, so if that happens, I'm basically going to start taking shots at NL 50, like double up the stakes that I will be playing. Here I check on the turn. I think if he's some like folding the turn, like it's a lot of like ace king, ace queen type of hands, some ace 5, and we have the like we hold the ace, so and the ace of clubs in particular. We have the ace of diamonds maybe, but just again like same principle. We can bet range here. We have like pretty strong range, especially on the ace ace king, because we are opening like aces, ace king, ace queen, like basically any suited ace access, and we have in the range, and we have to check now, not gonna lead, and just continue for a small bet. In this formation we are not gonna have big bets, because if we start to bet big, his calling range is basically going to be only an ace. Mr. Voros Eric from Hungary, interesting. Just gonna bet the sizing that like still king will call us, I think. And weaker aces as well. This is a texture that you can basically pick your sizing. You can play like a big bet, or you can play just small bet with almost range. I think simplifying, as I said at the beginning, is just the way to go at those stakes. What's the sizing that he used? Let me just... As a pot, we still have to call with the queen of spades. Like we can, if we hit jack or king, we have the gutshot equity. If we have spades, we have the flush draw equity. So we still have to call, but our 10x's are already indifferent, like that are not containing the spade, maybe even pure folding. And the sizing is fine, I think. Quite polar. Go Mato, go. Thank you Maroshko Marosh. Thank you for watching, really appreciate it. Now we're gonna check. And it's pretty good river, even though we don't have the nuts. So alright, I think we're raising here, guys. Like, if you have the ace of spades and nuts, why would you go for the small bet? It just seems like he's got something like, I don't know, like ace nine with the 9 of spades or whatever. Like, we're not gonna raise for a big sizing to still get called from those flushes, but I think he doesn't have too much the ace of spades when he go for the size. Like both theory wise and like exploitative wise as well, right? Like, and he folds, which is basically saying that we were partially right, because he's not gonna fold the ace of spades. What is your current balance? My current balance is basically $50, that I was just beginning with. I was starting like at those tables, and if we count this together, it's like 75, right? So we are up $25, which is not bad, like at those stakes. Let's just fold here. It's quite marginal. What's up, Arctic Monkey? Oh, aces. Alright, so let's just get some stack and move to NL50. Easy. GG. Alright, he's opening. Nice. We're gonna free bet, and he just gets the money in. That's how it works at those stakes, guys. Please. Nice, nice. And we just go all in, and he calls with, I don't know, kings, whatever, and we just move to another stake. We'll just like wait a little bit, right? Just to take some time and enjoy that we have aces, and he just free bet us. And let's get the money in. Hoping for a call. Ace king, easy, 6.5%. You know, just I'm gonna check range here. Not gonna have any leads. All right, we just bluffed 2 of them, which means that we are gonna sit out next big blind and play NL50. Quite excited about it. This is our first move up today. Hope it's not going to be the last one. This is very close, but I think having the 6 and having the gacha, they can just still call. I'm gonna open for a small sizing because those are short stack, and their free bet sizing could be easily like a jam. Well, we can almost like play 2 tables of NL50, I think. Almost. Yes, I think it works, if my math is correct. But let's just start with the 1 to not bust like on both tables at once. But I mean, the difference between NL50 and NL25 is not going to be that huge. So, alright, just quit this table, and oh, now we can see, guys. Now we can see, guys, 2 tables like the same, but we'll fix that because just moving to joining the NL50 here, just with 1 entry, and we'll share that in a minute once we finish this hand. I think this is just the fold. Like, he bet quite big, and we have like only 3 is good for us, you know, like which is like 4 outs, and we need to be like 30% to get like 30% also. Let me just forgot to fold. We are gonna add source and see our move up. So here we are. Actually already playing with Queen Jack here, so just going to alright, we are on the turn. He opened the flop, c-bet flop, opened pre-flop, c-bet flop. On the turn, we're going to play quite polar. I don't mind checking back our hand, and like it's low frequency, so to speak, but okay, how I can make it a little bit larger for you guys. And now we're definitely raising, like no way we are just calling here, and we can raise pretty decently, I think, maybe even bigger than what I did right now. Alright, now to just make it bigger. It seems to be funny if he would like jam on us. And now we just see bet off board. This is very good board for us. The reason I free bet pocket 5s is that like we are 170 big blinds deep, effectively $43. But basically, the deeper you are, it favors the imposition player, so you can expand your free betting range unless unless he's like opening tighter, which I think is the right play. Because if you are out of the position and like opening to the player who is in position to you, you don't want to play, you know, like too many hands. So the deeper you are, the bigger advantage post-flop can the in-position player get from you. Let's go Krtek a Kupa. Whoa, I like the nickname Krtek and Kupa. Sounds so good. 3-5-3, we have to have some checkbacks here, guys. We can't like just range bet here, so I'm just gonna you can roll here, or what you can do is that like if you have like a diamond, some like good equity, you just c bet. If you have like a total trash, you just fold.